Welcome to the main dish with MD, man. I am super excited because this is the birthday edition.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Come on.
Hey, man, if this is your first time joining the main dish with MD, our goal is to inspire, connect, and entertain. And today I brought two of my best friends along for the ride. I got East Texas' finest, Thoma Brewer, in the house.
What's up, my people? How we doing? Smiles matter, baby.
I got the NO, baby, to the Denver, baby, coming in the house. DJ Hawaii 5-0, you might have saw him on the first episode. He's bringing it in tonight. What's up, Tony Jones?
What up?
Go ahead and hit that subscribe button on the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. Today, we have some great topics. It's my birthday, so I said, you know what? We're going to make up 60% of the four hornsmen here today. These guys are both in my wedding. We had a great time in Puerto Vallarta. Had a great time. So we're bringing up some good topics today. We're going to talk about the Big 12. We're going to talk about Kamala Harris. We're going to talk about schools reopening. We're going to talk about COVID. We got people talking about foster kids. We're also going to talk with an author today. So we look to have a lot of fun. Appreciate you guys joining us again. Hit that subscribe button as a birthday present and tell a friend. Tell a friend if you love MD. Tell them to subscribe to the main dish. But before we get started with all of our guests, I'm going to have my guys participate in a new, as Jonesy would say, a new segment called What the Drink. All right, fellas, have you seen some of the episodes of the main dish with MD? I have a segment called What the Dish. Today, it's a special birthday edition, so we're going to do What the Drink. I'm going to list off the ingredients. You write down what you think the drink is, or the first one to put up their sign wins, because it's always a competition. You guys ready? 1 ounce of Crown Royal, 4 ice cubes, and go.
First of all, I wrote this already. Whatever it was, it's the wrong drink. It should be Crown Royal. So shout out to Jen Scout, Crown Royal on ice.
No. You didn't say it. Gosh dang it. Virtual backgrounds.
Well, good. That's
Crown Royal. No. I've been having it up. Everybody saw it.
Shout out
Everybody will see it.
Inspire, connect, and entertain on ice.
Everybody will see the playback that it was already out here.
Hey, but let's go ahead. Let's go. Now that was just, I do have a real drink for you guys to play with.
You should play that one. Because I wrote this like before we even started the segment. I was like, whatever it is, the wrong drink.
First of all, I started writing Crown Neat, and then I had to erase it.
But I like how you said erase.
Erase. Let me go erase this out right here.
Circled it out. All right, here we go.
All right.
Here we go. 1.5 ounces of Crown Royal, 0.75 ounces of honey syrup, 0.75 ounces of lemon juice, 1 dash of bitters, and 1 twist of lemon, and go.
I don't know. I drink it straight. So I am befuddled, as they say.
Crown. Oh, guys, I love it. The actual correct answer is a Gold Rush. Try to send it out to, throw that gold in there.
Hey, it's got a good main ingredient. That's what I'll tell you. I'll tell you that.
Let's have a good main ingredient in there. So today, man, we're going to have a lot of fun. Like I said, I got my guys on the show, so we're going to cut up a little bit. We're going to have a little fun. We're going to talk some serious topics, but we're going to get on to our first guest. We're bringing back one of our previous guests, Ebony Cumby, who's a principal at Askew Elementary in Houston, Texas.
Hey, girl.
Hey, Ebony, welcome back. How we doing today?
What up, people? What's up?
Hey, we're doing good. We're happy to have you back.
Happy birthday.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you.
What are you doing?
Well, we just want to do this episode and kind of recap with some of our guests and see how things are going with you for school and, see what's going on with everybody.
Yeah, well, I've been doing pretty good, just getting ready. We start school, our teachers come back in a week, and we start school in about 3 weeks. So just getting everything ready for virtual. We're passing out devices every day, making sure everybody's got laptops and hotspots, making sure everybody's registered for school. So it's been real crazy and real busy, but I'm excited. I'm ready for sure.
What's been the biggest most stressful thing going on preparing for day one? Like, what is it?
I worry about my teachers first and foremost, making sure that they feel comfortable, that they feel safe. Thank God we're not returning face-to-face right now. And so that gives us a little bit more time. But also just making sure that like our kids and our parents feel like equipped and ready. Everybody's got so much anxiety about virtual learning. And so my job is just to kind of clear the path and make sure everybody has what they need to be successful. So that's what's been stressing me out, but it's all good. It's part of the job.
Hey, Ebony, I know it's been 2 weeks since the principal's episodes aired, and you said every day things were changing. You were learning new things every day. So in the last 2 weeks, what's been the biggest change or the biggest adjustment that you guys and your team you've had to deal with?
Honestly, for us, for HISD, and I think it's the benefit of HISD waiting so long to announce the plan, we really haven't had to change a whole lot, because our superintendent really, really took her time making the decision about what we were going to do. And I live in Alvin ISD, and other districts around here, they've had to like flip-flop, right? They were going to go face-to-face, and then they switched to virtual, and then they pushed their start date back. So we really haven't, in HISD, praise God, we haven't really had a whole lot of changes. Like I said, it's just, the parents, one day they have a device, and the next day they need a device. One day they have internet, now they don't have internet. So just dealing with that. But other than that, the plan has stayed the same since I last talked to Marlon. So I'm happy about that.
Shout out to leadership.
Yeah.
We had a lot of traction. We had a lot of traction on your show. The teachers and principals were out there watching it. So we appreciate you.
Well, it was fun, and it was an important conversation, and kudos to you for, staying on top of what's relevant and what is important to your audience,
Well, thank you. Thank you for those kind words.
Yeah.
Again, thank you for coming out for my birthday, but
I got one more question for her, actually.
Oh, okay. I have something from Marlon real quick, too.
Okay. I'm ready.
You ready? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. I made you a little birthday card. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. So I know it's backwards. Okay.
Oh, that works.
Good word.
And this part says,
I knew it.
roses are red, violets are blue. I know it's your birthday, but you still suck at taboo. Happy birthday!
That's awesome. We're going to cut out all of that.
Yeah, edit that out.
You can't cut that out. You can't. That's the best part.
Thoma, I know she's up to something sneaky. I know it.
I knew it automatically. So.
I know you're tight. I know it.
Eb, I did have one question for you. If you were to have, when you're relaxing finally, what would you say is your beverage of choice? And obviously I'm sharing what mine is, but do you have a beverage of choice?
Well, it's not Crown, King of Crown. My favorite is an old fashioned.
Nice.
Hands down. If I've had a really, really stressful day and I want just a nice, chill wind down, I'm going for an old fashioned, hands down. Right now I've been on Uncle Nearest. As my VP of
Look on Ebony Cumby over here. Shoot.
She do it.
Uncle Nearest. Okay.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite. Absolutely.
I'm liking that.
Well, awesome. Hey, well, we appreciate you coming out saying happy birthday. One day we'll get that live Zoom taboo match.
We're gonna have to sell tickets because at this point, everybody wants to see it happen.
Just make it your farewell tour. Last game y'all gonna lose.
I paid to just be the
The
judge.
biggest shit talkers of anybody I know.
Hey,
That's okay. It's okay. We'll do it.
it's coming out. Have
No
a good one.
problem.
All right. Bye.
Have a good one. Bye, guys.
Bye. Man, she got us.
I knew it was coming, bro. You knew it was coming. You had to know it was coming. That's why she's quality.
Yeah. So, America, long story short, Thoma and myself used to whoop Ebony, Shannon, Kay. Sometimes they added a fourth person in there.
Randomly.
We used to religiously beat them in taboo.
And I think we're undefeated. I don't remember losing. I mean, and the one time that they had a win.
I'm not going to. We never lost.
Yeah. This is an honest show. We do honest show and honest communication. Never lost. And the only time that one of them won was Shannon when she joined our team one time.
Yes, exactly.
Just facts, America.
Hey, next we're bringing up. How did she say it, Thoma? Baby.
Baby.
We're bringing up one of our favorite people. We're bringing up Adrienne Payne. Payne. Adrienne works as a preparation for adult living coordinator at the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services. She graduated from every major university in Central Texas. That's UT, Texas State, St. Ed's. She also is one of the co-founders of a nonprofit called Princess in Training. And she does like 27 other things as well. Let's go ahead and bring her into the room. Hey. Hi. Welcome.
How you doing, AP?
Now get it for us one time. Get that baby.
And you got to do your. It's kind of hide, like a little
good.
slide on the head. Baby.
Y'all are a mess.
So I kind of introed you and told people what you do, how you take care of the youth. I think last night you were pulling a all-nighter, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. So 3 nights in a row, I've worked a full shift, 8 to 5. And then I've also worked another full shift from midnight to 8 a.m., 3 nights in a row. So I'm actually very sleepy right now, but you can't tell.
You can. You look beautiful.
Amazing.
You can't tell at all.
This is what you look like when you're sleepy.
Well, Adrienne, first of all, thank you for what you do every day for the youth you support, and watch them grow. I've seen so many amazing stories from your youth. How about you just kind of tell us a little bit about your day-to-day work, and then also tell us how COVID has impacted your work in foster kids and those that are especially going to college, that whole transition.
Okay, so day to day, I'm basically the one who makes sure that our youth knows about their CPS benefits, about going to college, employment, just preparing them for real world. So the same things that you all's parents did for you all, that's what I do for our foster youth and our teenagers. And it's so hard because youth come from different backgrounds, they come from different cultures, and we have to meet them where they are. And so it's fun for me because I try to connect with my youth where they are, and they think I'm silly and crazy sometimes, but then I'm like Black mama sometimes. And so they get that. And so it's pretty cool. And I truly enjoy what I do. Now, COVID has been another beast on top of everything that our youth are going through. So it's caused a lot of anxiety. It's caused a lot of depression, especially for my college students who are transitioning, being in isolation all summer and then having to pack to get ready to go to a different transition. Just to be in isolation again has also caused that barrier. So, but they're going to make it. They have our support. They just have to modify. They're used to adjusting. It's going to be just a different adjustment. And so They got this. They're going to rock it out. They're going to rock it.
That's awesome. Hey, so how can we help support foster youth in the different areas of Texas, like Austin, Dallas, Houston? If you
Everywhere. So yes. So I would like to encourage all of you all to support our foster teenagers, babies and toddlers. They got it in the bag. Everyone thinks a baby and toddler, oh, they're so cute, I want to donate. But everyone forgets about our teenagers. So I want to encourage everyone to contact the PAL supervisor at CPS in their area. PAL is statewide, which stands for Preparation for Adult Living. Let them know that you want to either donate to a teen, you want to donate to their program, and also remember, Christmas is coming. Maybe you want to sponsor a family or you want to sponsor a teenager, because COVID has caused some families not to have as much as normal. Pay has gone down. People have lost jobs, and it's been pretty difficult. So try to please keep our teenagers in mind when you want to support. They need it, and they're so appreciative. So appreciative.
So a lot of people, either A, it's been a tough time economically, and maybe they do want to help, but they may feel as if I can't give back the way that I want to financially. Can you maybe address that to the people that want to help out?
I would say there's always different types of ways to help and to support. There's, if you want to be a mentor, let's say you have a specific area that you want to help teach youth, whether it's finances, whether that's about a job like being an entrepreneur, or let's say you're in the arts or cosmetology or engineering. Our youth always need that extra to help keep them motivated to move on. So outside of money, you can be a mentor. You can, your groups, like your organizations, your fraternities and sororities, you all can get together and do something collectively for the youth, or spend your time. Let's say you want to just take a youth out for lunch or out to dinner. You could do that. Or let's say someone just needs that extra push or that extra person to talk to. You could become that person. You can become that peer person. I mean, there's all different types of ways besides monetary. Our youth need it all of it.
And I want to jump in and speak specifically. I know that over this COVID, I've done a lot of projects and a lot of cleaning out. My wife has done a lot of cleaning out. So we talk to you, any dresses, any work clothes, luggage is something that's very specific.
Yes.
So if you guys are cleaning out anything and you want to donate some of those items and, in nice condition,
Yes.
let's not send stuff that's, 2 legs from the trash can, but, we all have some clothes in there probably with a tag on it that either, I'm going to say this because it's COVID, you probably put on some 12 to 15, so it might be too
Early
small.
episode, yeah.
It might
Over
be
15. Can't wear that anymore. Donate that to the youth.
Donate
Exactly. Donate it. Donate it.
To the youths who march upward.
These 2 youths.
Towards the light. Towards the light.
So obviously you've been working hard. You're always working hard from what I've seen over the years and what you do every day. So when you have a moment to relax and just take some woosah time for yourself, do you have a beverage of choice that you like to partake in?
Yeah, so let's talk about it. So in the summer and the spring, I'm a peach tea, iced tea girl. In the fall and the winter, I'm an eggnog girl. Now year round, Crown and vodka, year round. Baby.
Royal MVP vodka. Hello.
Folks really sleep on eggnog, but it's very high quality.
It really is. Don't sleep on it. Don't sleep on it.
Now, each cup is like 1,700 calories, but I look at the protein content. Look at the protein that comes from it. It's egg.
Hey.
It's Christmas time.
It's Christmas time.
That's right.
The people at the grocery store are always like, again?
What's the latest you'll buy eggnog, like after the holiday season is still available? What's the latest?
To the last day that I can get it. Like, I'm always at the store in October trying to see if they got it. And then January, February, I'm pushing the envelope. I got to have it. I have to have it.
Hey, Adrienne, thank you for coming out. Thank you for taking care of the youth. Again, how can people reach you? Can people reach you if they have more questions?
Yes, they can email me. Can I give them my work email address?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so my email address is adrienne.payne@ DFPS, D as in David, F as in Frank, P as in Paul, S as in Sam, .state.tx.us.
Awesome. So hopefully we'll have a few emails after the show, because I know we got some people out there watching that are amazing and want to give back.
Yes, and thank you so much. And happy birthday, Marlon.
Thank you.
You are welcome.
Woo, woo. Hey, so much.
Birthday time.
Birthday.
Hey.
Hey,
Hey.
Cheers.
Cheers.
so next we're bringing up Shavonne Henderson. Shavonne is the Director of Student Equity and Inclusion for the University of Texas Law School. She's a 3-time Longhorn with 2 bachelor's degrees and a law school degree. From big law to a professor at UT, she has done it all. Let's go ahead and bring in Shavonne. There she is. Hey, Shavonne.
There she is.
Hey.
Hi.
Hey, girl.
How we doing?
I'm good.
Good. Well, welcome. And
Happy birthday.
thank you. Thank you. Shavonne, your accolades continue to amaze. But recently, America received word that Kamala Harris will be the running mate for Joe Biden.
Okay.
How does that make you feel as a Black woman in America? And the fact that you guys are both proud members of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. The first.
Got to say it all together, right?
It got to. I mean, I hear it all together anyway over the years.
Long nails. Yeah.
First Black Greek lettered organization for women. If she wins, is she gonna ski wee at the inauguration?
I don't know if she will ski-wee,
Good question.
but I know there
What do
will
you think
be
her ski-wee is?
heard around the world.
Echoing throughout the world.
I'm excited. I'm proud of her and all of her accomplishments. As a fellow attorney, Black women represent only 2% of an entire profession, or less than 2% of an entire profession. So to see this, I think it's edifying and a rich history that both adds to her legacy individually, but also to what Black women have done over time. I just was in conversation with someone about one of our founders and a letter that she sent in 1908 in regards to women's suffrage and the importance of this long-standing history of activism and involvement in changing things for the better in the United States. So I'm excited.
That's outstanding. Well, you mentioned that letter that a founder sent out. What do you think, if you were to fast forward, regardless of the outcome, although I'm hopeful that she'll be our next vice president, but how, what impact will this have, her specifically running for this office on the youth and their aspirations in the next 10, 12, 15 years? What, how do you envision that, just the power of that?
I think it speaks volumes. I've spoken to many women that have young daughters, as young as 2, 3, who see her and they automatically know that is a possibility. It's not outside of the realm of what any one of those children will be able to do. And her being on the stage as someone who went to an HBCU, that is also a unique part of what this history will be for all of us. We've not had anyone this close to the presidency, or potentially this close to the presidency, who's gone to a historically Black university. And so I think that is also a rich history for Black girls who may want to go to HBCUs and not view that as another barrier. But beyond that, just generally, I think they see her much like children saw Barack Obama and knew that could be a part of what they did ultimately with their lives. And so I'm happy for it. I am proud. I have all of my original newspapers from when we walked the long mile to inauguration. My feet probably still hurt from that long mile around there. And I'm collecting papers now. I'm collecting magazines now. I know this is going to 15, 20, 40 years from now be something that I can pull out, like pulling out that letter. Oh, I should have brought my air freshener. I don't know if you remember selling the air freshener. Changes in the air.
I love it.
Make a hope in the air.
Oh, it was
it just smells fresh.
a regular old air freshener, but I'm not gonna knock your hustle.
I thought you were gonna say they had some Barack Obama deodorant, like a degree version. I was like, sign me up.
They had everything possible.
It's BO. It wouldn't be good. So it's
Marketing and branding would not have worked. Yes, LV, it would not have worked.
You have BO, you need BO. Barack body spray.
Hey man, I need you to start including different groups. Like,
yeah, but we've already been thinking about and talking like we did that trek before. I bought my ticket for inauguration along with Nico Faye in August before the election. I said, this is going to happen. I want to be there when Barack Obama is inaugurated. And we did that far out. And I feel that same spirit kind of developing around this movement and moment. And of course, it's just another way for us to have a good time. We can go have a party and celebrate all of this electric slide on the south, on all the malls in DC. Cha-cha slide wherever we want. So
all the slides.
Hey, promise, you heard it right here first. There will be a vice president strut that every chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated knows across the world. I promise.
I cannot speak officially, but I know there probably are people, and God bless the undergrads. They probably have already got like 50 complicated. I'll just give me the clean short version, baby. Sorry,
the short version. Because baby, we're old now, so let's look at it. So, that's a good segue. Let me ask you. If Biden and Harris win, if you were going to celebrate, right, or celebrating every day, I think you may have a cocktail right now. But what's your beverage of choice? What's your go-to beverage when you're ready to unwind?
So a couple things. So one, I'm a champagne girl. I'm a wine girl. I've got rosé, not because it's pink, but it's a summer drink. But I definitely love a great glass of true champagne, all the bubbles. Segues into my favorite meal of the day, which is brunch. And all of the ways in which in Austin we built community and family around our brunches. Right. I just get good memories off of the ways in which we had great times over those meals. So I would have to say champagne first, rosé next.
Well, hey, Shavonne, we appreciate you coming out. Appreciate you celebrating the birthday.
We love you.
Hopefully we get to see you in DC again.
That will be the kickoff to my official birthday, which got canceled at the beginning of the pandemic. I don't turn into another year until that actually happens. So
the hold.
You're worse than me. Like your birthday is in April. I celebrate mine for 10 days. But
I warned y'all back in April. I was putting it on hold. I'm gonna just call it my birthday every day once the world opens back up. So, happy birthday to you. I am so happy to see you enjoy another day.
Awesome. Well, we love you, and we will talk to you later. What up, Rod?
Stranger danger.
Who's this guy?
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Oh, that was high quality. Hold in, D. A quick breakdown for you, brother. Happy birthday. Let it out.
All right. Let's continue on. Well, she's top 5 for sure of my favorite people in life. For a while, she was like top 3. Then it starts getting mixed up a little bit when you start getting a wife and kids and mom and dad. So for the longest, I'd like to welcome my sister, Melka Davis, who is an educator with 13 years of experience from kindergarten to 2nd grade. She was the 2014 Campus Teacher of the Year. She is also the owner of Maestra Melka, a company that creates and designs T-shirts and earrings. Let's go ahead and welcome in Melka Davis.
Melka.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy birthday!
There we go.
There it is.
Hey, what is going on? I love the hat.
Thank you.
I love the hat.
I heard we're having like a little party or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool engagement.
Do I wear my party hat?
Yeah, you did. Now hold on.
I think you did.
Did you design that yourself, or did one of your students design that?
Now, they didn't. They can't.
Still virtual though.
Yeah, I can't see them. Yes, I did this.
I love it. So let me ask a couple of questions. How's preparing for school going? And I know yesterday you actually had a virtual meet the teacher and see your students. How'd that go? And were kids excited to see you? And were parents excited to see you?
Well, so we had a virtual sneak a peek yesterday. It was they had we spread all the grade levels out around the school. The kids came by. We had masks on, of course, and we just gave them things that they needed. The kids were overly excited to see us. When we made phone calls the day before and I called parents, they were like, hi, you're my child's teacher. They were so excited. Kind of like, oh my God, the Savior's calling. So,
Savior. I love it. Y'all are.
But we were excited. I was excited to see the kids. And even my kids last year, because we didn't get to end the school year properly. I mean, we didn't even get to do Candyland at the end of the school year. I don't know if y'all know about Candyland, but it's okay.
Tell us a
but
little bit about
right now, school is extremely stressful, probably for every teacher and principal and administrator. I'm happy that it's Friday, so I can kind of have some self-care time, because it has been, like, I just got home just a little bit ago and at work all day. But we're hopeful that everything is going to work out fine. And I'm excited about starting school on Monday. Even though it's online, it's a chance for me to be creative and even more animated, because you're going to have to be when you're teaching, kids, because I teach kindergarten online.
Well, you have some amazing classrooms that you've decorated over the years. And it's almost like I think teachers look to you to be like, oh, how did Melka do her classroom this year with the, like you did the Candyland, you've done, what else? Some of the other things.
I did, Candyland was the first one. The next one that I did was a hospital room transformation. Yeah, I probably should show you some pictures of that one. And I did that in the middle of the school year because I just started doing room transformations. The year before last, Candyland was my first one. And I said each year I want to kind of add a little bit more, because the kids are so engaged in everything and they're learning at the same time. It's my favorite thing to do. So I hope to get back to where we can do more room transformations with them.
That sounds like a new HGTV show. Classroom transformations with Maestra Melka.
Yeah.
Might have to work that out. We'll work out the logistics.
I think you should actually do it inside of maybe like a book or like a tutorial, because then that's going to help get Teacher of the Year. Somebody else is going to be like, I have all these amazing ideas.
Yeah, I hear you.
Well, so real quick. So obviously so much creativity that you bring to the classroom, you work with your students, and obviously you started your own business, Maestra, Melka. Can you tell us a little bit about that, and just maybe learn a little about the amazing shirts that you have and you created?
Yeah. So Maestra Melka Makes It is my personal brand name. I create shirts. I have one on now. And I've been doing that for a few years. But then...
Stand up again. Let's look at that again. Bad vibes don't go with my outfit.
Love it.
Yeah, because we don't need any negativity at all. No. So I also recently started doing earrings.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's my new passion. I love mixing all the different colors, and I love glitter. I feel like glitter makes anything better.
I have a two-part question. Is where do you get your inspiration from in order to do the particular designs that you have for either your t-shirts or your earrings? And then I want you to segue into also how people can check you out or to find out a little bit more about purchasing some of those t-shirts and earrings.
My inspiration comes from I think ever since I was younger, I've always had an interest in art and just being creative, crafting things. So, with t-shirts, I saw a lot of people with shirts, teachers with shirts. So I'm like, you know what? Instead of asking you for it, I can make my own shirts in any shirt I want. And then that kind of took off. And also the same thing with earrings once I figured out how to find them. And if I like it, I know that somebody else will probably like it too. So if you want to reach out to me, you can go to @Maestra Melka Makes It on Instagram and check out some of the things that are on there. You can message me. I am available. And also, just ask. I can pretty much make it. I'm also coming out. I'm also coming out with, stay tuned.
Doesn't drop the mic. Doesn't drop the mic.
Where'd you get it from? It runs in the family.
So the only way to find out is if you go to Maestra Melka Makes It on Instagram.
Stay tuned. You have some amazing designs. Check out what we have here. Yeah, I actually have that shirt right there. Now the earrings are pretty fly as well, but I don't have the earrings.
Maybe you want to get your girlfriend or your wife some earrings.
Well, if I get my girlfriend some earrings, I'm not gonna.
You gotta get your wife plugged in. You gotta get a bow if you get.
All right, next question.
And next is going to be Maestra Melka visits the funeral.
And this was the last main dish with MD. It was a fun one.
Yeah.
Oh, the final edition.
The final edition.
Oh, well, Melka, appreciate you coming out. We love you.
Where's my favorite drink question?
Oh, excuse us.
Well, it has been a long week, hasn't it? It's been a long week.
Sorry. All right.
Well, why don't you tell us, it's a long week, prepping for school. Do you have a favorite beverage of choice?
Yes. I do have a favorite beverage of choice. Pinot Noir is my beverage of choice.
Is there a particular one that you're drinking right now?
You get all that for just Pinot Noir?
Hey, enjoy it. Enjoy it. Is that a particular brand? Do you have a go-to brand?
Yes, Meiomi.
Meiomi, my homie. I like it.
Yeah, it is delicious, and it's been helping me in the evenings.
So parents, remember this. If you, during the school year, and you're thankful for your Savior, Meiomi.
Yes. See, wine.
we appreciate you coming out today. Thank you for the lovely birthday wish. Thank you for wearing the hat and making the hat. And we're definitely, like I said, I got a few shirts already, and I know people that have some of your work. It's amazing. So they'll check it out. We love you, and we will
Love you guys.
That was a good.
All right, bye.
Bye.
We're about to bring in another buddy of mine, Marcus Myers. Marcus holds an MBA and is a financial analyst at Apple. He's also the CFO at the Natasha Hastings Foundation and a member of the 2005 Texas Longhorn National Championship team. Let's welcome in my boy, Marcus.
What's happening, fellas?
Marcus, well, welcome to the show. We're excited to have you, my brother.
I appreciate it, man. Happy to be here.
Hey, I appreciate it. That's for the older people. He said, happy birthday. Happy B,
You got to break it down.
Typically, it's when you text it, you use, but he's like, happy B. That's the short version.
Okay. Here we go. The older brothers I never knew I needed.
See, we got to bring it to you. We love you, though, bro.
Exactly.
Hey, let's jump in, though. Let's jump in. Marcus, in MD's intro, he shared that you're the CFO of the Natasha Hastings Foundation. So why don't you tell us a little bit about that briefly, about the foundation and what you all do there?
Yeah, definitely, man. So one of my best friends is Natasha Hastings. She's a two-time Olympian, track and field athlete, or two-time gold medalist, rather. I'm sorry. She would get mad at me if I said that incorrectly.
I mean,
that's important.
It's important.
It is important. And so one of her, passions is her heart for young women. And so what we try to do is put on different events, and especially in this virtual space with everybody working from home and stuff like that. We've kind of created a virtual curriculum. And essentially what she does is kind of jumps on these different Zoom calls and takes these young ladies through a curriculum that ultimately is kind of designed to just help them grow in confidence, whether it be in sport or in life. And so we've put on galas in the past. We try to raise money to send young ladies to nationals that, maybe otherwise wouldn't be able to afford it. And so, we're doing that. And we just kind of rolled out the first wave of that programming this past Wednesday.
Tell us a little bit about that first wave then real quick. What's happening?
Typically, one of our big initiatives is to send young ladies to nationals. And through doing that, they get an opportunity to meet an Olympian and kind of talk through things that maybe they wouldn't otherwise have a space to discuss it. And so while it isn't necessarily as relevant for us as guys, as women are growing up, they go through, certain things that sometimes, you experience maybe having a male coach, right? And so you don't necessarily have that outlet to be able to talk through some of the things that, you do as you're transferring from a young girl to a young woman. And so she has conversations around, women's hygiene and how to handle, situations that, maybe you wouldn't feel comfortable discussing. And so just kind of giving them a platform to do that. And so the curriculum is kind of broken up into 4 separate 90-minute sessions. So the first of those 4 sessions were this past Wednesday. There's still 3 remaining. They're free. And so, we kind of put the programming on in a way that doesn't cost the young ladies anything, but just gives them an opportunity to kind of connect and be able to get some enrichment in that space, man. So, yeah, if any of you have, nieces, daughters, kind of middle school, high school range, certainly you can go to nhfcares.org, or you can even go to @nhfcares on any of the social media platforms to get more information about that.
Let's talk about the Big 12 playing this season with all the other conferences that are canceling right now. How tight can that bubble be for the Longhorn football team?
I mean, I think they're doing everything they can, right? And I mean, certainly it helps for us to have the resources that we do. I think they're testing up to 3 times a week now. You saw back in the spring where, people like Iowa State were announcing, salary cuts that were voluntarily, happening within their coaching staff just because they can't afford to do certain things that we're able to do. So I think from a protocol standpoint, they're doing as best they can. At the end of the day, though, you're talking about 18 to 22-year-old kids, right? So, I mean, you've already seen kind of how some of the NBA players are taking advantage of things from time to time. So
You
I
talking
have
about
trouble.
wings?
NFL.
Yeah, same, man. So it
Talking about them
it's
chicken
tough.
wings?
Yeah. You know, some people like the chicken wings, and they like them in certain establishments. You know, so I think they're doing
y'all
the best
in
they can.
undergrad, y'all were just doing Chick-fil-A. So that's
Yeah, absolutely.
if any NCAA is listening, you were just doing Chick-fil-A. Okay.
Just
We ain't talking
Chick-fil-A,
about
maybe
Chick-fil-A.
what was the burger
Buffers?
spot right there on MLK? Maybe some players, you know,
Players,
something like that.
players.
Old school players. Yeah, you're right.
Shout out to players.
Yeah. So, but yeah, man, I think they're gonna do the best they can. You know, I think what it comes down to, honestly, more than just the coaches, it's how the players are gonna police themselves. But I mean, that's a big ask, man. Like, if you were to ask any of us for 3 months, you know, to like not do any major gatherings, not do any partying, not go anywhere off campus,
Not go to the alpha parties. I get it.
Yeah, you know, so that might be a little rough, but
Would be.
I don't know.
Yeah,
We'll see.
We shall see how that moves on future wise. But
Yeah, man. Like I said, and I mean, y'all probably heard me say this before. I have difficulty seeing the season make it, you know, like the full length of a season. Just even if they're trying everything they can, you know, it just there's too many ways for them to come in contact with one another. I think what you're seeing in the NBA is it's a little smaller, you know, scale. Obviously, your rosters and stuff aren't as large. And then the NFL, they have even some other things that they're maybe able to do to kind of space the guys out a little bit more. Again, rosters aren't as large. I think they have to, during camp, I think they have to cut down to like 80 or something like that before they get to the season. Whereas, you know, a program like Texas, you're talking like 85 scholarship players, probably another 20, 25, 30 walk-ons. And then you add to that all the different staff and stuff. It just, the numbers are just so large that I don't know how they contain it.
So let me ask these two questions.
I got you.
One, how was that 2005 national championship?
Yeah, man. So I guess it's weird because we're 15 years removed from that now.
Seems like yesterday to me. It's like yesterday.
Yeah, it feels like yesterday, but it's been a minute, you know. So like, I think as the further removed I get from it, the more I appreciate it. The less we see those types of seasons on the 40, the more I appreciate it. But yeah, I mean, it was a great time, man. Like, I don't know, like sometimes it still feels like a blur. Back in earlier this spring, you know, when they showed it on, was it ABC or something like that, or ESPN aired it, you know, one of those nights. And a lot of us were kind of watching it and live tweeting and stuff. That was actually the first time I've watched it from start to finish since the game itself. So for me, that was, you know, it was pretty nostalgic. It was pretty cool to see. But yeah, man, it was a great time. You know, it was a kind of a culmination of kind of what we all set out to do that season. And so I would love for them to be able to get back to that level sooner rather than later.
Yeah. Second question, over under 4 weeks of college football this year?
I got over, but only by 1 week. So I'm saying 5 weeks.
So we get Texas OU and then the game after that.
That's all I got.
Okay.
That's all
Do
I
you
got.
think that it's going to be a mandated shutdown, or do you think that people are going to have to drop out like dominoes one by one?
I think a couple of the bigger programs will end up dropping at some point, whether it's kind of by force or, you know, of their own numbers, or, you know, you're going to have some superstars that are going to end up catching it, or local governments, whatever. But I think there'll be like one or two major players, and then everybody will kind of fall in place. Almost like, you know, once the Ivy League canceled March Madness, then like everybody followed after that. So I think it'll be something major like that. It'll end up, you know, whether it's us or a Clemson, or, I mean, they're going to all try, you know, and stick it out as long as possible, right? I mean, at the end of the day, it's a machine, and they need the money as much as they can to fund the rest of the athletic programs. But I think eventually it's gonna come to a head. I would love to be wrong, but that's kind of where I see it going.
I was in the same line of thinking as you in terms of I was over, but like 5 games or maybe 6. But here's my other question. I do think the quality of play will obviously suffer, because I think we'll have athletes who contracted and, you know, have to self-quarantine. And so you won't have, maybe all your starters. I think we'll see that earlier, and it'll take a time progression before they cancel the season. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I definitely think so. I mean, even, if we kind of keep making the NFL parallels, but like if you look, they don't have any preseason games, so there's no true warm up. In this space, most of the conferences are doing the non-con game and then conference. And so even though you're going to get a warm up, you don't get the traditional same type of camp. I think they've even kind of changed up how they have to practice. So you're just going to throw these guys like right into the heat of it. And then depending on like where your depth is, right? Like what if one position group gets hit real hard or something like that, or even, someone that's your starter, what happens if it's just so many questions that come into it, right? Like, I don't know. I have trouble seeing, because, you think back to like when you were, younger or something, if you really wanted to do something and you knew that, hey, if I tell my coaches about X, Y, Z and I start to exhibit this, now I'm ruled out. So, they're going to do what they can to mask it likely. But then while you're doing that, then who else are you passing it on to? I don't know, man. It just seems like it's going to be chaos at some point.
And you bring up a good point of just natural injuries. They're not giving as much practice.
Right.
And the natural injuries that are a part of the sport, part of the game, they're going to occur as well. So
none of them had spring ball, right? Or if you did, you only had like a couple practices. The amount of stuff they've been able to do over the summer is, restricted in a different manner. You know how it is in Texas. Like, it's hot, man. Like, you need to be out in that and getting acclimated. So, I know they've been doing as good of a job as they can here recently, but it just seems like there's so many factors that work against it in the long run. But fingers crossed.
I think that we all miss it, especially for certain situations. I used to always get the opportunity to wear that wonderful national championship ring in our first.
Sometimes you wear it more than I do.
TV.
I try to kind of hide it. You can tell me to break it out. So
every time I do, and then there's no coaches polos probably this year that we're gonna get. I mean, it's just a lot of things.
It's weird, man.
Polos.
We're gonna be the virtual polos.
Hey,
we might have more versions than any other year before.
I'm trying to make up for that revenue.
At the end of the day, this is what I would ask. What is your favorite beverage of choice that you need to have to unwind?
I am a whiskey bourbon kind of guy. So it's going to be one of those. Depending on the day, I might go to some different ones, but I would say Four Roses Single Barrel or Angel's Envy Rye. Those are probably my two favorites / go-tos.
On ice or neat?
I am a neat. Okay. I'm a neat kind of guy. So you just put it in a glass for me and I'm good to go.
There you go.
There it is.
Brother Marcus. Hey, man. Brother, we appreciate you coming out. We love you.
Love y'all too, man.
And let me get that championship ring because Jonesy did wear it more than
he did. I got you.
Rotation.
When things open up, I got you, man. Happy birthday. Appreciate you having me.
I appreciate you, man. Love you and peace.
All right, man. See ya.
Soon, brother, man.
Love you.
Later.
Hey, let's go ahead and bring in our next guest. And he was on the first episode of The Main Dish with MD. He is the CEO of Reveal Suits, our very own Carlton Dixon.
There he is.
There they go. There they go.
Whoop, there they go. Whoop, whoop, there they go. Man, right.
My dudes, what's happening, man?
What's going on, brother? What is going on?
I'm good too. Working too long on a Friday.
Yeah, man. I was like, where you at?
If it wasn't that grind, I would have been on time. So yeah, definitely.
No, you on time.
Appreciate you letting me in.
Hey.
Happy birthday, my brother.
Appreciate you, my brother.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Well, Carlton, as I said earlier, welcome back. Reveal
Good to be back.
Reveal Suits partnered together as a new provider of PPE for the TAPS schools, staff, and families for the entire state of Texas on that PPE. So, man, congrats on that.
Man, appreciate it, man. We put together a couple little packages that may help aid them as they try to, number one, get their teachers back, and then get their athletic activities back. Make sure fans and parents and people like that are protected. And then whenever their kids come back, they can be able to provide some masks and face shields for them too. So it's a pretty cool little partnership. About 200 schools all together. So we'll see how it works out, my man.
See, I don't know if Tony and Thoma, I don't know if you heard that. That's how you humble brag. He said, you know, a little deal with 200 schools.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. 200.
200 small.
200.
It's just a district, just a whole district.
Anybody that gets on and be like, whew, Friday, I just got off.
Hey man, so we got it. You know, work for myself. So shoot, there are no hours.
Getting back to it, you said that you have a X amount number of schools, over 200 different schools that you guys are working on. What is the deadline? And seeing that everybody is starting this virtual time going on right now, in order for you to get the product over to them.
We actually have we have a lot of U.S. inventory. And so there's, you know, pretty much immediate shipment. You know, as soon as someone places the order, they got it at their school within 3 to 5 days. So, so
that's impressive.
We got past a lot of the customs issues. You know, it's no secret that everything, you know, comes from across the water. So, you know, we got ahead a lot of those issues, or shall I say, got a lot of those issues behind us. And so now, man, it's a quick process. So we're definitely glad to be in that spot.
Well, we know it's MD's birthday, right?
Yes, sir.
So being the fact that you're an amazing entrepreneur, father, husband, man about the city, DJ, man, you got 20.
Just made the Fiesta Bowl suits come out.
I would like to know, usually we've been asking everybody what's their favorite drink in order that they just have of their choice. But I would like to know if you have a different favorite choice beverage that you have for everything that you do. Like, if I'm going to do this entrepreneurial, I'm done with the day, what am I drinking? If I'm about to go live DJing, what am I drinking?
Yeah, yes, sir.
I'm just chilling with the wife, or maybe, what am I drinking? Let me stop.
Okay. Let's see. After a day of work, it's probably gonna be something pretty easy, with a little flavor in it. Maybe some honey jack, maybe a little peach crown, something like that. When it's time to go to King of Crown, what's up? When it's time to go to work, time to get a little busy, probably gonna take the flavor out. And I'll go a little straight Crown, straight Jack, so I can sip, and, you know, jam a little bit and get down a little bit. Chilling with the wife, probably, you know, we probably on some margarita type stuff, or I may go back to my little favorite type of deal. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I like how you involve a little bit more of the sophisticated, mature old man type of gig, because I don't know if everybody caught it right away. So I do a little honey jack, and, you know, and I
Get in on my mood.
So I get rid of the flavor.
When you're trying to pace yourself, you know. Yeah, when you're pacing yourself, for sure. Awesome. Yes, sir, man.
Brother CD, man, you're making people look good and feel good with the reveal suits. What's the saying? It's what's on the inside.
It's what's inside, baby. Yes, sir.
So how do people get those jackets? Because you got, as we mentioned on the first episode, you got a lot of conferences. You got I think the NFL players, and the reason I'm really bringing this up is because I'm just trying to make you remember. I want to get invited to the Super Bowl.
Like, I'll measure everybody up. What do you mean?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, go get the jackets.
How do they reach you?
Man, go get the jackets, revealsuits.com, or you can follow any of the pages at Reveal Suits. and then I will give a brief little tease. Stay tuned for a big announcement within the next couple of weeks. I'll leave it. I'll leave it there.
Soon. It's coming soon.
I will leave it. I'll leave it there.
Can I say you almost heard it here first?
Almost heard it here first.
We didn't give you the news, but we gave you the teaser.
There you go. There you go. But yeah, man. Appreciate you boys, man. Happy birthday to the brother once again.
Brother, I appreciate you. Love you.
Yes,
And
sir.
wish you nothing but continued success. And we will talk to you later.
Hey,
Love
thank
you,
you,
bro.
man. Love y'all boys too, man.
All right, peace.
All right.
Next, we have Rodney Jones, who is a speaker, author, trainer, licensed financial professional, and a board member of the Big Brothers and Big Sisters Houston program. Let's give it up for my guy, Rodney Jones. Let's welcome him into the room.
Rodney Jones.
Happy birthday, boy. On the right day.
Hey, welcome, Arthur Jones.
Appreciate you.
Published Awful Jones.
Yeah. What's up, Tony?
What's up, man?
You repping NOLA, Oahu? What you got on your feet?
Coloridians.
That's why I almost showed you. That's funny. That's even funnier because I almost did one of these crazy joints. Wait a second, no.
Hey, so first of all, man, congratulations. Just going to jump in. I know your book's been published. It's going to be coming soon. We're going to hear a lot about that as well. So I'm excited. I'm excited about the process you went through and hearing that story. And let me just ask you. So you recently published it. The title of the book is Corporate Swagger, right? The Secret to Winning the Corporate Game.
Right.
So tell us why you chose to write this book.
So it was really out of necessity, first service, then necessity. The service element was getting to a point where I felt like, I had learned a few tricks of the trade. I left school prior to graduating, took custody of my two younger sisters, so I was thrust into the workforce, some would call prematurely, and I kind of had to figure it out. I didn't have, the degree or the letters behind my name, but I still needed that paycheck. So after I sort of perfected, the mastery of certain nuances that would not only get me an interview, but really get jobs that I wasn't qualified to do on paper, I felt like it was a necessary service to sort of reach back and help those who may be dealing with the similar plight, and give them sort of a guide or some breadcrumbs and some things to say, hey, here's what worked for me, and you probably won't be coming out with the same situation that I was coming out with. So you should even go further. So it was one to serve, but then the necessity was out of, recruiting and managing and realizing that there was a skills gap that existed between college students and them becoming professionals. There was a real big chasm there. And it was confirmed every time I went to go speak at a school, every time I mentored a college student or even talked to college professors, because what they needed to make that successful transition, it wasn't available in schools. There was no lectures on these subtleties. This wasn't written in the textbook. So there was the need. And then, after about 3 years of being serious about it, decided to power through the imposter syndrome, feeling like, all right, who's going to read a book I write, and slow typing skills, because I still look at the keyboard. Was able to get it done.
Your computer technology skills.
He's like, Siri, type this.
I use all four, and this thumb is space. Thumb don't work.
We've been trying to log you on for the past 45 minutes, and we know.
He's like, boom, accept.
I do have a question that's there because this is congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
That is a huge thing that only a small percentage of people in the world, in life, in the history of life, have done. Plain and simple. I'm assuming that there's probably other people out there that would like to go down that path, and you kind of alluded to it a little bit earlier, but what advice do you have for anybody that wants to write a book? What are the first steps do you feel like maybe they should take, or what things you alluded to a little bit of, you had to get out of your block of who's going to read my book, which ultimately that's that already seems like a long one-on-one, find yourself, go deep, faith, have the courage, come out type of situation. But what other advice do you have for anybody that is particularly thinking about it, and what maybe are the first steps that you took that led you down the path?
Yeah, that's a real good question. I mean, and you hit it on the head. The first one, which is sort of congruent with how I laid out the chapters in the book, is the mind game. If you don't cross that hurdle, you really, it's a done deal. But being someone who, and I would imagine that the people who are hesitant to do it, that are dealing with the same sort of imposter syndrome, they probably feel like, one, that's a massive effort. It's a Herculean effort, a book. Because we see books of all shapes and sizes, but when we think about writing one, we think about writing one this big. So the first thing I would say is books come in all shapes and sizes. So get out of your mind that you have to put together, a collection of Pablo Neruda poems that, is this thick. Not so. So first get that out of your mind, but see, it still goes back to mind. So get that out of your mind. And then the other thing is, at this point, most people know how to put together a good email, right? Those wordy emails, I would say a paper. We're long past writing papers, but we write all day, every day. We write emails, we write on social media. So we all know how to convey a thought and a message in written form. So the first thing I would say to do is outline. Outline your thoughts. Let it be a roadmap. And actually do what most film producers, TV directors, writers do, screenwriters do. Start with the end. What do you want them to, when they close the book up, what do you want them to walk away either doing, feeling, saying, what call to action? What do you want them to do? And then work backwards from there in your outline. Your book may be only 4 chapters. That's fine. But as long as it ends on, okay, here's the summation. Here's what you want to do. So the first thing would be to outline. And when you outline it, it makes it a lot easier because you'll find that your thoughts will just start coming to you. And as those thoughts come to you and you use these 8 fingers to type, the next thing you know, you got 10 pages. You're like, whoa, I couldn't write a 10-page paper in college. But here's 10 pages of a book. So outlining it will probably.
You could. You just had to put it on 22 font. That's how you got
it. Triple space that.
Double space, 22 font.
Yeah.
I do have a follow-up question. Because obviously, the story that you shared in terms of, you left school, you took custody of your sisters, you raised them, so you had to jump in the workforce. So it took you a little bit longer to learn some of the things. What I found interesting from the book is you actually interviewed and engaged with several subject matter experts from across a variety of industries and got to hear their story of how they developed their swagger. So although I don't want you to delve too much into the book, can you give us an insight in terms of what you learned from those individuals in terms of what swagger is and what it means?
Yeah, I interviewed people I went to school with. I interviewed people who I just met. I interviewed people who, connected with on LinkedIn. So it was a wide variety of people. And that process, that interviewing process, first of all, I walked away with the absolute sense of being assured that each one of those people embodied what I call corporate swagger. The second thing I walked away with, man, was learning. I mean, I got lessons that I hadn't gotten from the VP of the company I worked for, and I reported directly to her and had a one-on-one with her every 2 weeks. And I got lessons from some of these 16 professionals that were, I actually started implementing myself. And I even got checked at points because people were explaining to me sort of how they dealt with things and, be it mindset or how they created a depth of character or how they balanced, being humble and narcissistic or confident. And I thought, when I wrote this book, I figured, I'm the subject matter expertise on this is my subject. But these people were bringing it, man. So what I walked away with is, like I said, each person embodied corporate swagger. And what was amazing is that any of those people could have written this book as well, because everyone had a similar story, and it was so cool to see because none of you all communicated with one another. And people were echoing the same things that other people were saying. It was amazing to watch.
Man, I can't wait till this book releases. if people want to get in contact with you and ask you more questions about the book writing process, man, how do people reach out to you?
Email is always good. Rodney at rodneysjones.com. LinkedIn is the best place to find me. I spend more time on there than any other social media platform, but I do have Twitter account and Instagram account. The handle is Corp Swagger, CORP Swagger. So any questions they got, and then this is just shameless plug. Boom! There it is again. There it is.
Hey, hold it up. Hey, hold it up. Hold it up.
Bring it closer.
That's a soft copy.
Swagger.
And, I like it.
Look at him. Look
Swag.
at him.
Hey, but you know, hey, peep this though. Here's something that not everybody is going to understand. So you see how this is redacted?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so all of this, these are the notes that I got from each one of the people that I interviewed, and I just mashed it all together, and I redacted, useless words, but I left stuff in like take the chance, learn something that makes you better. So if people really focus in on this redacted information, it's even some good stuff in here. This is the stuff that wasn't in the pages, but I wanted to get it in. So this is all the wisdom from those 16 people I interviewed. This is how I got it in.
That's awesome. Hey, man, congratulations once again. We appreciate you joining the show.
Thanks for having me, yo.
Hey,
I got one more question though. Being the fact that obviously you've known MD for many years, and y'all all share a special bond, the three of you.
Right.
I share one too, but mine came a couple later. But nonetheless,
basketball for UT.
After your long day that you've had, what is your beverage of choice that you would like to have to unwind?
So it used to be, I've graduated, right? I graduated from Sprite No Ice. It's 100% squeezed orange juice. No additives.
Vitamin C.
No additives, just straight from the orange into the bucket. This is the best stuff, yo.
So simply orange, throw it out.
No, not even simply orange. It's that stuff that come in the unlabeled carton and just say orange juice. The only juice.
Not simply, not just, but orange.
Orange juice.
From New Orleans, you might say orange.
You heard me?
Orange.
Well, now, little Ern. Yeah.
MD, man, happy birthday, bro. I love you. Glad to have met your acquaintance 20 plus years ago, and I'm glad we share a special bond and always will, man. You the freaking dude. Love what you're doing with the show. Again, happy birthday on the right day.
Brother, I appreciate you. I love you. And like I told you, let's win together.
Win together.
All right.
Congrats, brother.
Appreciate y'all.
Hey, America, this has been a fun episode of The Main Dish with MD, the birthday edition. Man, I celebrated with two of my guys, and we've had fun today. Again, man, I appreciate you guys coming out. Again, please subscribe. Please tell your friends.
Do it for a birthday.
Like I told Rodney Jones, I want everybody to win. And that's the reason I started the show was, again, to inspire, connect, and entertain. We all know great people. Let's put each other on. And as I always say, remember to promote, support, and encourage your friends. And it's more fun when the homies
have some. Let's go. Happy birthday.